When we checked into our hotel in Sligo, we asked if they could put us in rooms as close to the lobby's front door as they possibly could, where our bikes were parked, so that we could easily haul all of our gear back and forth. What we asked for and what we got are two different things. While we were loading our bikes for today's ride, we met a young Irish family interested in the two Americans who were touring their country on motorcycles. Then we were on the road again. Today, Sean and I are riding from Sligo into Cong, then further south, stopping in Headford for the night. After missing a couple of turns, we pulled over to the side of the road to get our bearings, and we were immediately greeted by this man who was very anxious to help us out with directions.
You go back here to the crossroads, turn left, through the village.
Okay.
First right.
First right after the village.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
How are you?
He was trying to get his friend to let us onto the castle grounds for free.
Okay, I take it you're not on the gate, so? Oh, you're on the bridge? No, it's just two lads have pulled up here beside me, lost, looking for on motorbikes. They're heading for Cong. He's not on the gate, he's on the bridge.
He's on the bridge?
Which is right in front of the castle.
Okay.
Okay, but there is another way. You see, when you arrive up to the gate, they charge you £5 a head to drive through.
Okay.
To go through the grounds. But if you want to go through it, it's your call now if you want to go through it or not. There is another way around.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm there. Yeah. Okay. Cong is the classic Irish village. It's also where The Quiet Man, starring John Wayne, was filmed. In the early 7th century, a church was built on the site where the current Cong Abbey sits. After a fire and several attacks over the years, Cong Abbey was rebuilt once again in the 1200s. It has been praised for some of the finest examples of early Gothic architecture. There's a little mystery behind the story of our next destination, Ballykine Castle, which is only about 2 or 3 miles from Cong. Several months ago, while Sean and I were researching which Irish castles we wanted to visit, we came across a photograph of Ballykine Castle, hidden in a dark, enchanting-looking forest. But we were never able to find its exact location, or any directions on how to get there on any of the maps or even on the internet. So, after leaving Cong, we began our quest to find Ballykine Castle.
Okay. No. Yeah. Oh, that's that house. That's the house.
I was referring to a house that we saw on Google Satellite View that we thought might be near the trail to Ballykine.
I'm not sure. Half a mile to Clonbur.
If we reach Clonbur, then we've gone too far because we know Ballykine is between Cong and Clonbur. I think we spent about an hour riding up and down this road looking for the trail to Ballykine.
Okay, all right.
This appeared to be the trail to Ballykine Castle.
This has got to be it.
Since it's closed to all motorized vehicles, we loaded all of our camera gear and started walking. We had no idea how far it was, and we still weren't 100% sure that this was the right trail. We came to a fork in the trail and went left, only to end up in a logging area about 20 minutes later and had to turn around and come back and take the trail to the right. We'd been walking for about 45 minutes and started to wonder if we were even on the right trail. Then we noticed the forest started taking on that dark, eerie, enchanted look, fitting for a place known as Ireland's spookiest castle. Then off to our left and through the trees, there it was.
No entry. It's locked.
We went all this way and we can't get in. This brand new fence completely surrounded the whole castle. We had traveled over 4,000 miles and this was the one castle we really wanted to see. Once again, being the guy who doesn't like to break the rules, I started thinking, what would Kevin do? That's Kevin trying to get a peek over the wall. So I climbed over the fence. Ballykine Castle, although small, was still amazing to see, but I did catch myself looking up quite a bit for any loose stones that might come tumbling down on my head. The castle was built in the late 1200s and was acquired by the powerful Burke clan in the 14th or 15th century. It was a 2-story structure with no door on the ground floor. The tower was originally 4 stories tall. A fire destroyed the interior in the late 15th century. With Ballykine Castle checked off our list, we began the long walk back down the trail, which we discovered later to be the Cong Nature Trail, which we also discovered later begins back at Cong Abbey, where we started this whole journey today. When we approached the area where we parked our bikes, we noticed that the gate was open, and Sean's motorcycle, which had been parked in front of the gate, had been dragged next to my bike, all 600 pounds of it. When the driver of the logging truck came back through the gate, he was not very pleased with us. While en route to Galway, which is where we planned on spending the night, we kept missing a turn and we had to keep circling back. As I was looking down at my GPS to verify exactly where to turn, Sean stopped in the middle of the road because a bus was pulling out in front of him. When I looked up, it was too late. I crashed right into him, damaging the left pannier once again. We spent nearly an hour repairing it and decided to skip Galway. We'd had enough excitement for one day and checked into a nice little hotel in Headford.